What happened to those who disbelieve Allah? Part 7. As the sun sets over the plains of Arafat, pilgrims from all corners of the world gather to perform the most sacred ritual of the Hajj. But surrounded by the sea of white garments and prayers, a sense of foreboding hangs heavy in the air. For tomorrow, they will confront the symbol of evil itself. As the night falls, the pilgrims make their way to Muzdalifah, where they collect pebbles to use in the ritual of the stoning of Satan. They know that they will soon come squatter with the pillars that symbolize the devil, the same pillars that symbolize the obstacles that Arafat overcame on his journey of faith. The pilgrims' hearts right up faster as they tied away the pillars, knowing that they are well nigh to take a stand against evil. They remember the story of Abraham, who was willing to sacrifice his own son in the way of Allah, and the devil who tried to stop him. As the pilgrims throw their pebbles at the pillars, they are throwing yonder their own temptations and vices, tossing them out of their hearts and reaffirming their return to the Almighty. But plain as they do, they know that evil still lurks in the world, waiting to prey on those who are weak in faith. The stoning of Satan is not just a ritual, but a reminder of the ongoing struggle versus evil, a struggle that they must squatter every day of their lives. The 3 stone wall pillars situated in the 10th municipality of Makkah, Saudi Arabia, are known as the Jamarat. They hold significant value in Islam, considering while performing Hajj or Umrah, it is a compulsory ritual for pilgrims to pelt the Jamarat in the emulation of Prophet Abraham's devotion to the writ of Allah, SWT. The 3 pillars, Jamarat al-Ula, Jamarat al-Wusta, and Jamarat al-Kubra, represent the locations where Prophet Abraham pelted Satan with stones as he tried to dissuade him from sacrificing his son. Prophet Ismail in the way of Allah. Alimani watching to learn increasingly well nigh that Jamarat, which refers to what happened to those who disbelieve Allah. In a dream, the Prophet Abraham was instructed to sacrifice his son, Ismail, to Allah. Abraham told Ismail well nigh the dream, and both were well set to submit to the will of God. It is stated, when Abraham left Mina and was brought Lenugo to Al-Aqaba, the devil appeared to him at stone heap of the defile. Gabriel said to him, "Pelt him." So Ibrahim threw 7 stones at him, so that he disappeared from him. Then he appeared to him at the middle stone heap. Gabriel said, "Pelt him." So he pelted him with 7 stones, so that he disappeared from him. Then he appeared to him a little stone heap. Gabriel told him, "Pelt him." So he pelted him with 7 stones, like the little stones for throwing with a sling. So the devil withdrew from him. Ismail lay prostrate, with his forehead touching the ground, while his father laid a sharp pocket knife upon his neck. At this moment, Allah tapped down, "O Abraham, you have washed up my prompting, and now you will be rewarded." A large ram appeared as a volitional sacrifice, and instead of killing his son, Abraham slaughtered the sheep to the glory of God. In this way, Allah rewarded Abraham, but Shaitan was cursed to be stoned for eternity. Jamarat can be specified as the 3 stone pillars located in Mina, within the boundaries of Makkah, Saudi Arabia. Hajj pilgrims pelt these pillars to commemorate the event when a 94-year-old father, Prophet Abraham, was ready to sacrifice his 8-year-old son, Prophet Ismail, on the writ of Allah, SWT. Each of the Jamarat symbolizes an important sacrifice. The first Jamarat, appearance of Shaitan, marks the temptation of Prophet Abraham for not sacrificing his son to pursue the writ of Allah. The second Jamarat represents the temptation of Hajra, the mother of Prophet Ismail, and the second wife of Prophet Ibrahim, versus the sacrifice. Lastly, the third Jamarat represents the temptation of Prophet Ismail versus stuff sacrificed. Regardless of how much he tried, the shaitan failed in all three instances. Jamra is the plural of the Arabic word jamra, which literally was a small piece of a pebble or stone. However, here the term jamarat represents each of the stone pillars involved in the ritual of Rami, i.e., stoning the devil. When a Muslim performs the ritual of stoning the jamarat, it isn't the pillars that they weighed, but rather the tricks of Satan and our inner evil. The act gives Muslims the strength to disassociate themselves from Satan's path, whispers, and effects, and helps them replace it with the remembrance of Prophet Muhammad and faith in Allah, SWT. When pelting the jamarat, a pilgrim makes a firm resolution not to go when to the sins they used to commit, no matter how big or small, and to do whatever it takes to wilt a largest Muslim. The incident of Prophet Ibrahim throwing stones at Satan is given permanence in the lives of Muslims by making it compulsory ritual of Hajj and Umrah. It is otherwise known as the stoning of the Jamarat, which is performed on the 10th Dhul Hajj. It is basically when, without arriving in Muzdalifah, Muslims spend the next day collecting 70 stones with the intention to pelt the pillars of Jamarat the next day in Mina. The ritual of Rami symbolizes the expulsion of evil worldly thoughts and Satan, and serves as a lesson by giving pilgrims the strength to protect themselves from evil every day. The ritual of the stoning of the Jamarat serves as a symbol of the incident between Satan and Prophet Ibrahim. While he was en route to fulfill the commandment of Allah, Satan tried to discourage Prophet Ibrahim from pursuing the orders of Allah over and over multiple times. That is when angel Jibril miraculously showed up and instructed Prophet Ibrahim to tint pebbles at Satan. The three pillars of Jamarat in Makkah are named in order to explain the strength with which Satan tried to dissuade Prophet Ibrahim from completing the sacrifice of his minion son. Jamra Sugra, or Jamra al-Ula, is the smallest Jamarat and the first pillar. It is at the greatest loftiness from the point of sacrifice, and it is believed that Satan tried his least effort here. Jamarat Sugra is moreover nearest to Masjid al-Kaifi and uttermost from Makkah. Jamra al-Wusta, located between Jamra al-Kubra and Jamra al-Ula. Jamra al-Wusta is the middle pillar. It was originally shaped like an obelisk. However, in 2004, 1425, it was transformed into a tall wall. Jamra al-Kubra, or Jamra al-Uqba, is the largest. Jamra al-Kubra is situated nearest to the point where the sacrifice took place, and to Makkah. It is located on the mountainside of Mina and was reconstructed in 1376, 1956 to 1957 to make increasingly space for Hajj or Umrah to perform the ritual. Based on recent changes, Jamra al-Uqba comprises a 1 meter thick wall and is 25 meters long. It is the place where Satan made the utmost effort to persuade Prophet Ibrahim. The story of the stoning of Satan is not well nigh the punishment of those who disbelieve in Allah, but for those whom Almani returning to Allah and seek the refuge of Allah for the evil advancements of Satan. It refers to the mutiny of Satan of Allah and his reconch to the powers of God to off-target his men and the promise of Allah to forgive his men when they ask for it. It is a symbolic ritual that represents the rejection of evil and temptation and a reaffirmation of faith and move to the Almighty. It is well nigh recognizing the ongoing struggle versus evil and striving toward righteousness. Islam, like any other religion, teaches us to be kind, compassionate, and tolerant towards all people, regardless of their beliefs. It is a message of peace and love, and it is up to everyone to segregate their own path and beliefs. In addition to the ritual of stoning of Satan, the Hajj pilgrimage includes several other important rituals that are meant to help pilgrims deepen their faith and devotion to Allah. One such ritual is the tawaf, which involves walking around the Kaaba, a cube-shaped structure in the center of the Great Mosque of Mecca. Pilgrims perform tawaf 7 times in a counterclockwise direction, while reciting prayers and supplications. This ritual symbolizes the unity of Muslims around the world, as they all come together to worship Allah at this holy site. Another important ritual of the Hajj is the Sa'i, which involves walking 7 times between the hills of Safa and Marwa. This ritual commemorates the story of Hajar, the wife of Prophet Ibrahim, who ran back and forth between these hills in search of water for an infant son, Ismail. The Sa'i symbolizes the devotion and perseverance of Hajar, as well as the mercy and blessings of Allah, who eventually provided water for her and her son. Through these rituals, pilgrims experience a sense of spiritual renewal and rejuvenation, and return home with a stronger connection to their faith and their fellow believers. Let us remember that as human beings, we all share worldwide humanity, and we should strive to treat each other with kindness, respect, and compassion. May we all live in peace and harmony, and may we protract to learn and grow from each other's differences. Please leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to our Waterworks and share it with your friends.